Cinnamon tea might be one of the most underrated weapons against high blood sugar, especially for people over 60. While pharmacies push expensive medications, this ancient tea has quietly delivered results for generations. What's shocking is that, in some cases, the effects have been stronger than medication, without any of the common side effects. It's natural, inexpensive, and probably sitting in your kitchen right now, yet hardly anyone is using it the right way. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food revealed something astonishing. Older adults who drank cinnamon tea daily experienced noticeable drops in fasting blood sugar within just a few weeks. Many also reported improved digestion, more stable energy, and even fewer sugar cravings throughout the day. That's no coincidence. Cinnamon is packed with compounds that help mimic insulin and improve the way your body handles glucose. But cinnamon tea isn't just about lowering glucose. It goes deeper. As we age, our metabolism slows, inflammation rises, and insulin sensitivity drops. Cinnamon targets all three of these problems at once. One powerful compound inside it, called cinnamaldehyde, supports better insulin signaling while also fighting inflammation. That means this tea helps your cells do their job, absorbing sugar from the bloodstream more efficiently and naturally. Now here's the twist. Most people ruin this tea without realizing it. Boiling it too long? You're destroying its most potent compounds. Using the wrong type of cinnamon, you might be exposing yourself to harmful levels of coumarin, a natural toxin found in low-quality varieties. And don't even think about adding sugar or honey. It cancels out the entire benefit. Cinnamon tea works best when prepared carefully and taken at very specific times of the day. This is where most people get stuck. They try a quick version they saw online and assume it doesn't work. But what if the real reason it failed was just a simple preparation mistake? That's exactly what we're going to fix today. I'll show you step by step how to brew it properly, how much to use, and when to drink it for maximum blood sugar control without crashing or causing spikes. Before I show you the exact method, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried cinnamon tea before? Type "I have" or "never" in the comments. And if you've had results with it, or you're just hearing about it for the first time, your comment might help someone else make a life-changing decision. Now you can join our channel's exclusive group. As a super member, you get priority responses. I'm notified and reply to you first, but if I were you, I'd go further. As a loyal member, you also get early access to videos before anyone else. Stay one step ahead and enjoy exclusive content firsthand. Don't miss out. Click now and become a member. First things first, not all cinnamon is created equal. If you're using the common cheap cinnamon found in most supermarkets, the one labeled cassia, you might actually be doing more harm than good. Cassia cinnamon contains high levels of a compound called coumarin, which can be toxic to the liver if consumed regularly. The safer and more effective option is Ceylon cinnamon, also known as true cinnamon. It's milder, purer, and far better studied when it comes to blood sugar control. Now let's talk about preparation. One of the most common mistakes people make is boiling the cinnamon sticks too long, or worse, using cinnamon powder in hot water like instant coffee. That doesn't work. The goal is to simmer, not boil. Bring your water to a gentle boil first, then lower the heat and let the Ceylon cinnamon stick simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes. This slow infusion draws out the active compounds without breaking them down. After simmering, let the tea sit for another 5 minutes before straining. Don't rush this step. Letting it steep a little longer maximizes the benefits. You can drink it warm or let it cool down to room temperature, depending on your preference. But please never add sugar, honey, or artificial sweeteners. It defeats the purpose. If you want a touch of flavor, a small slice of lemon is acceptable and may even enhance absorption. Timing matters more than most people think. The best time to drink cinnamon tea is on an empty stomach, ideally in the morning before breakfast. That's when your body is most sensitive to insulin, and the tea can help set the tone for your glucose levels throughout the day. A second cup in the late afternoon, around 4 or 5 p.m., can help stabilize your blood sugar heading into dinner and reduce late-night cravings. Some people take it after meals, but studies suggest that cinnamon is most effective when taken before glucose enters the bloodstream. That's why using it preemptively works better than trying to correct a spike after the fact. This small timing tweak could be the difference between seeing results or thinking the tea doesn't work at all. If you're wondering how often to drink it, the answer is consistency is key. 1 cup a day won't move mountains, but 2 cups consistently over several weeks might just surprise you. Some people have even reported needing less medication after a few months, But always talk to your doctor before making any changes. This tea supports your journey, but it's not a magic bullet overnight. And here's something special for those of you who made it this far. If you've tried cinnamon tea before and didn't see results, I challenge you to try again. But this time, do it the right way. Use Ceylon, respect the timing, and stay consistent for at least 21 days. If you want early access to videos like this and direct answers to your questions, consider joining our channel membership. Members get exclusive content, early releases, and top priority in the comments. Plus, you help us keep sharing health truths that others don't want you to hear. Let me tell you about someone who almost gave up on managing her blood sugar naturally until she gave cinnamon tea one last shot. Her name is Margaret, 67 years old, living with type 2 diabetes for over a decade. She had tried everything: low-carb diets, morning walks, expensive supplements, all with little success. When she first heard about cinnamon tea, she thought it was just another internet trend, but after learning how to prepare it properly and switching to Ceylon cinnamon, she decided to commit for 21 days. By the end of the first week, something surprising happened. Margaret noticed she no longer felt that overwhelming crash around 10:30 a.m., the one that made her feel shaky and drained. Her energy was more stable, her cravings between meals started to fade, and her post-meal glucose numbers were suddenly lower. Not drastically, not overnight, but consistently better. That's what got her attention and made her keep going. Cinnamon tea works gently but deeply. It doesn't just act on the bloodstream. It supports organs that are essential for glucose regulation, like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. The liver, for instance, stores and releases sugar into the blood. When it's inflamed or overloaded with toxins, it can send your glucose into chaos. Cinnamon contains antioxidants that help the liver do its job better, and that can mean more stable glucose without you even realizing what's happening internally. The pancreas, as you may know, is the insulin factory of the body. As we age, its performance declines, especially in diabetics. Cinnamaldehyde, one of the active compounds in cinnamon, has been shown to stimulate certain pancreatic cells, helping them respond more efficiently to rising sugar levels. It's not a cure, but it's support. Support that your body can feel if you give it consistently and respectfully. Even the gut plays a role here. Cinnamon tea has mild antimicrobial and prebiotic properties that support gut health. And a healthier gut means better nutrient absorption, less bloating, and a more balanced immune response, which, believe it or not, is closely linked to blood sugar stability. That's why some people feel lighter and less inflamed after drinking it for a few days. It's not your imagination. It's a systemic shift starting from your cup. Margaret didn't make drastic changes. She didn't quit carbs or exercise like a maniac. She just made this tea twice a day, always on time, and paid attention to her body. 3 weeks later, her doctor was the one who asked what she had changed, because her numbers were finally moving in the right direction. Now, this doesn't happen for everyone, but when it does, it's often because the basics were finally done right. Let me ask you something. What's one small habit that's actually made a difference for you? Doesn't have to be tea, could be a food, a walk, a mindset shift. Share it in the comments. Someone else reading might need exactly that. And stay with me, because next we're diving deeper into how cinnamon tea can help with something most people ignore when managing diabetes: inflammation. Did you know that many dishes that seem healthy for diabetics can actually be dangerous? Discover the recipes that really work. Stop feeling limited or insecure in the kitchen. My book brings together delicious and easy recipes specially created to keep your blood sugar under control and add more flavor to your life. I've already helped thousands of diabetics eat better, feel happier, and achieve a lighter life with my book. Every recipe has been tested and approved by those who understand the needs of people living with diabetes. Click the link in the first comment of this video now and get immediate access to the book that will transform your meals today. One of the biggest hidden enemies for people with diabetes, especially seniors, is chronic inflammation. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't show up on the scale, but it silently damages your blood vessels, messes with insulin function, and worsens glucose spikes over time. And most people don't even know it's there. But here's the good news. Cinnamon tea has shown promising anti-inflammatory effects that go way beyond what you'd expect from a spice. Several studies, including one from Food and Function, show that cinnamon can reduce markers of systemic inflammation like C-reactive protein, CRP, and TNF-alpha, both of which are elevated in people with type 2 diabetes. These inflammatory markers disrupt insulin signaling and cause sugar to stay in the blood longer than it should. When cinnamon lowers these levels, insulin begins to work more efficiently, and sugar moves out of the bloodstream and into the cells, where it belongs. This is why some people say they feel better or less swollen after a week or two of drinking cinnamon tea. It's not just in their head. Their bodies are literally calming down. Joints hurt less, digestion improves, and energy stops crashing mid-morning. These are all signs that inflammation is dropping. And in diabetics over 60, even a small drop in inflammation can lead to big improvements in blood sugar balance and overall health. But it's important to understand that this isn't magic. Cinnamon tea works gradually, like a daily massage for your internal systems. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. A strong cup today won't help if you skip tomorrow and the next, but 2 gentle, well-prepared cups a day, for 2 or 3 weeks, can begin to calm the storm inside your body and set the foundation for long-term change. Now, if you're thinking, "I've never heard my doctor mention this," you're not alone. Most conventional treatments focus on numbers, glucose, A1C, medication dosage, but very few talk about inflammation as a root cause of insulin resistance. That's where natural strategies like cinnamon tea fill the gap. They support the body's core systems, while medications treat the symptoms, and that's what makes them so powerful together. So if you've been struggling with blood sugar spikes, joint stiffness, digestive issues, or even brain fog, there's a chance inflammation is playing a bigger role than you think, and calming it down might be the missing link you've been looking for. Cinnamon tea won't fix everything overnight, but it's a smart, natural start that doesn't come with a warning label or a high price tag. By the way, if you're finding these insights helpful so far, drop a quick calm in the comments to let me know you're still with me. Your support helps more people find this kind of content, and your presence here tells me you're serious about taking back control. Up next, let's look at how cinnamon tea may influence weight gain and belly fat, 2 things that silently feed the diabetes cycle in people over 60. Let's talk about something that hits home for a lot of people over 60, belly fat that just won't go away. It sticks around even when you eat better, walk more, and cut back on sugar. And it's not just a cosmetic issue. Abdominal fat is metabolically active. That means it actively releases hormones and inflammatory substances that raise blood sugar and worsen insulin resistance. Cinnamon tea, surprisingly, can help with this too. Cinnamon has been shown in multiple studies to help reduce visceral fat, the dangerous type that surrounds your organs. It doesn't melt it away like magic, but it helps by regulating appetite hormones, improving insulin sensitivity, and reducing the storage of fat after meals. In a 2020 study published in Critical Reviews in Food Science and Nutrition, regular cinnamon intake was linked to modest but significant reductions in body weight, waist circumference, and fat mass. Here's what happens. When your body becomes more insulin sensitive, it starts storing less fat, especially around the midsection, and when inflammation drops, as we saw earlier, your hormones rebalance. That means fewer cravings, more energy to move, and less fat being held in survival mode. Cinnamon tea plays a role in this equation by breaking the cycle: less sugar in the blood, less fat stored, less inflammation overall. I've seen this in the comments. People who didn't even change their meals much, but after drinking cinnamon tea consistently for a few weeks, noticed that their pants fit looser or their morning weight started to shift downward. It's subtle at first, but real. And the best part, no extreme diets, no expensive supplements, and definitely no starving. Just a simple cup, twice a day, done right. And let's be honest, when you feel better in your body, everything changes. You move more, sleep better, and start believing that small habits do make a difference. That's what this tea can represent. Not a miracle, but a momentum shift. One that works with your body, not against it. And once that shift begins, it's easier to keep going. If you've ever felt frustrated trying to lose weight or shrink your belly as a diabetic, let me know in the comments with the word belly. You're definitely not alone. This is something so many people silently struggle with, and your comment might help them feel seen. And if you want to dive deeper into these natural strategies with me, consider joining the channel membership. Members get first access to all videos and top priority in the comment section, so your questions never go unanswered. We still have more to uncover. In the next part, I'm going to share how cinnamon tea can help with something that most people don't even connect to blood sugar: your nervous system. Especially how stress and anxiety affect your glucose levels in ways you probably never imagined. Did you know that stress alone can raise your blood sugar, even if you don't eat a single carb? For people over 60, this effect can be even more intense. When the body is under stress, it releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which tell your liver to release glucose for emergency energy. It's part of our survival system, but in modern life, we're constantly triggering it. And that means constant sugar spikes even when your diet is clean. That's why calming your nervous system isn't just about feeling peaceful. It's about controlling blood sugar at a deeper level. And here's where cinnamon tea shines once again. Cinnamaldehyde, one of its active compounds, has been shown to have mild anxiolytic properties. In other words, it helps calm the mind. Combined with the ritual of sipping something warm and natural, this tea becomes a simple way to reset your stress response. Many people who drink it daily report better sleep, fewer mood swings, and less nervous snacking. And those improvements aren't just emotional, they translate directly into lower blood sugar levels. One study from Nutrition Research even linked cinnamon intake with reduced feelings of fatigue and mental fog in older adults. That's not just coincidence. That's your nervous system finally getting the support it needs. The best time to tap into these calming effects. Evening. A warm cup of cinnamon tea around 7 or 8 p.m. can help lower evening cortisol, stabilize your blood sugar through the night, and promote better sleep quality. And as we know, poor sleep makes blood sugar harder to control the next day. So this evening cup may be more important than people think. Some people say they sleep like a baby after their nighttime tea. Others feel more emotionally balanced and less reactive to stress the next day. These aren't random benefits. They're your body responding to less inflammation, better glucose handling, and a calmer internal rhythm. And all of that starts with a small but powerful habit, done with intention and care. If you've been feeling anxious, tired, or like your mind is racing at night, let me know with the word calm in the comments. Just seeing how many of us are going through the same thing can be reassuring. And if you're a channel member, check the exclusive tips I left for you below this video, with variations of this tea that include relaxing herbs to enhance its effects even further. We're almost there, but before we close, I want to share something special. A few delicious combinations and real-life recipes people are using with cinnamon tea to not only manage blood sugar, but to enjoy the process. Stay with me, because I think you're going to want to try these at home. And if you think this tea is powerful, wait until you see what happens when you combine it with the right foods, especially the ones that actually support blood sugar, instead of silently spiking it. I've put together a full video where I break down the meals, the timing, and even a few common mistakes most diabetics don't even realize they're making. It's showing up right here on your screen now. And trust me, if you miss this one, you're probably missing the piece that ties it all together. It's one of those rare videos that connects the dots between diet, timing, and real metabolic control. So go ahead, click it now, take notes, and I'll walk you through everything. See you there.